we will get started. And I call this, are you ready? Because it's a question. You got to be ready, and you got to be active, and you got to be proactive when you're coming into recruitment season, when you're coming into these conversations with professionals. That's my first question for you guys. What's a brand? It's company's representation, right? It's a place that you want to work, right? So it's actually a physical company. Just because a brand has a name doesn't mean that a person can't be a brand as well. So I have some of my favorite people on the screen. People and the actions that they have and the things that they do make their brand, and their brand is what you see. The brand is just like Coca-Cola. When you see these people, you see certain words, you see certain things. The way that they act makes who they are. And this is my favorite quote, okay? It says, your smile is your logo. Personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after having an experience with them becomes your trademark. When they come to a career fair, right? You can walk up one of two ways to me. You could be dressed really nice. You walk up and you're like, hi, my name is Vince. I want to know about your internship opportunities, right? Is that a really good logo? Is that like a Coca-Cola logo, or is that like somebody sketched an artwork and it doesn't really look great, right? It's not a really good logo. If you come up to me passionate with a smile like, hey, my name is Vince. I'm a sophomore here at Penn State. I'm so excited to learn about your opportunities today. Ooh, I get that electricity already, right? So that's your logo. That's what people see. Personality is your business card. So like when you leave me at the career fair, when you leave, I'm either going to remember you like a business card. I get little pieces of information on a business card. You're going to leave me with something. I'm going to be like, wow, that person is great. I love that person. I can remember something about them. You give me something and I keep it. You got to start inside before you can go outside. You need to start with your brand. You need to develop yourself. Figure out what your mission statement is. Figure out what your brand is. What do you stand for? What makes you different from you, different from you? You're a leader, you're a collaborator, you're someone that really likes working in a fast-paced environment. Bring those things to the forefront. Make sure you know what you want. Make sure you know what you stand for. What makes you different and unique? What makes you Oprah versus Steve Jobs? And that will really help you distinguish yourself, which is probably the most important things that employers look for. First impression never dies. So if you walk in and you have a conversation with somebody, you need to come in all into every conversation that you have, because you only get one chance to make that first impression. How many seconds does it take for someone to size you up and have their thought on you? It's depending on the person. Some people are more judgmental than others. It's anywhere from 3 to 5 seconds. I see you and I can go, We talk about first impressions. Sometimes that's dress, sometimes that attitude, sometimes it's that smile. What's hot for guys? To me, for a guy, going to a career fair, suit and tie. Price of admission. If you don't have a full suit and tie, that's okay. Shirt, tie, pants, you want to be clean cut. But I would definitely suggest for a guy, if you're looking to build into your wardrobe, if you're going to be interviewing and going into professional life, you're going to need to get a good suit. Now, colors on suits that I like, I would not recommend what I am wearing. This is fashion forward. It's not to be made at career events. This is something that I wear because I'm like a fashionista at heart, and I like to wear certain clothing. I would wear blacks and blues. You can go into grays. I would definitely stick with black and blue. Stripes are okay. Simple pattern and textures are okay. Nothing crazy. No floral suits, none of that Justin Bieber look going on. We want you guys to be conservative. You want to walk into interviews and all of that conservative. Like suit separates versus a fitted suit. What's the difference between suit separates, guys, and a fitted suit? Does anybody know? Suit separates, you can buy on the rack and wear it that day. Suit separates, you can get your pant leg and size, you can get your suit jacket, and you can put it on and wear it out the store. Now, it's great. Some people fit perfectly into a suit separate. They just slide right in and it looks perfect. My God, I wish I could buy everything off the rack. But most people, the average human, does not fit perfectly into a suit separate. They have to have it tailored. Again, shoes must be in good condition. We never wear sneakers, ever. Wear sneakers. We won't wear boat shoes. We don't wear anything besides a nice shoe. If that's, you could slide in, you can get the ones you slide into or the ones that you tie. Again, if they're made with a leather, they're polished, they're not like sliced up and scuffed and all messy. Really simple to fix a scuffed up shoe. You just go to a shoe guy and he'll clean your shoe up real quick. It'll be nice and polished, and that's the way to go. So again, shoes that match with black suits, you want to wear black shoes. With a blue suit, you're going to want to get a brown shoe. Simple colored socks. Again, I'm not a good example today. My socks are kind of multicolored, but they match my suit. Stick with simple colors. If you have a blue suit, it matches the pant color. So when your pant leg comes up, it looks like an extension of your suit. I'm not a big fan for polos, even in business casual. Always wearing a dress shirt. I would always wear a dress shirt. Just something, as you get into a company of business casual, people wear polos, you could do that. But for interviews, things like that, professional development, I would definitely stick away from those. Big watches, big necklaces, big earrings, things that distract my point of view. If I see your chain, it's probably distracting to my eyes as a recruiter. Same thing for the guys with hair, kept. I like this guy in the middle, very clean, very neat look, very professional, can walk into a room, have a good conversation. I like that look. What's hot for the ladies? I think the suit looks professional and is polished. So what I mean by a suit, jacket and either a long skirt or long pants. Again, I stick with the basic colors. I stick with blues and with blacks. I'm always going to pitch blues and blacks. You guys can go into different colors, that's okay. But I definitely like to stick with the base being black or blue. Take 3 fingers, spread them out, put them on your knee. That's as short as it can get. And if it's any shorter than that, it's not good. So I think knee length or longer is better for when you go into interviewing and when you go to career events. Now, when you do underneath the clothing with a blouse, colors are fine. I think you can accent your personality with color. That's good. I would keep patterns to a minimum. I would keep things going on with the shirt to a minimum, but I think that that's good. Hosiery, I think, pulls it all together. I think it just kind of gives it a clean-cut look, so wearing hosiery is always good. We do not expect the ladies, when you go to the career fair, you do not need to be wearing the super high heels. You don't even need to wear mid heels. We understand you're going to be in pain if you walk all day. Flats are okay. Closed-toed shoes are okay. Again, heels of any kind are okay. But don't feel obligated to have to like dress in a super fancy pump or a stiletto heel or anything like that. You guys, 2 to 3 inches would be the most I would go just for your own comfort and for the style. Maybe you want to tie it back. Maybe you want to keep it conservative and tied back so that it's controlled. I would be, as long as it's not crazy and all out there, if it's not a distraction, that's fine. Curling, styling, however you feel most comfortable. My suggestion is if you're worrying about your hair during the career fair, you're worrying about something you don't need to worry about. Pull it back, keep it conservative, keep it tight. What not to wear for women. Okay, so we'll talk about what not to wear here. Some people like to wear bracelets, jewelry, things like that. I talk about distractions. If I can hear it, it's a distraction. Yes, dresses, again, simple dresses that are long, the right length, right shoulder length. They're not like just like spaghetti strap tops, but dresses that have substance to them. Dresses are fine as well. If they're coming and saying come business casual, it's still a business environment. So I always dress up. I never dress at the level. I always try to be a level above what the expectation is. So if it says business professional, I am sharp, clean business professional. A little more color to the right. The pink is good. No floral patterns, just a solid, powerful color. Same thing, these nude colors, simple hair. All these ladies are well presented from a casual perspective. So during the career fair, I talked about controllables, and this is something that you guys should remember. When you go to a career fair, you should never be caught by surprise, and you should never have any of these things distract you. You want to minimize distractions with your look. You do one of these, okay, I'm dry, I'm good. Hi, nice to meet you. Neutral, right? I'm going to say don't be distracting. So with ethnic jewelry, clothing, things like that, that is your culture, that is who you are, that is your personality. So if that is something that you do when you are in an environment with your family or you're in a professional environment in your culture or in your country, 100% acceptable. Tattoos could go either way. Depends on the company that you're talking to. Some companies, it's a zero policy. If they see it, they're like, I could see it. If the tattoo's coming off your wrist, on your neck, on the back of your neck, if you can cover it, my suggestion is cover it. If you can't cover it, well, then you have to accept that, and you're going to have to just be who you are and be that personality. And again, most employers will look past tattoos. I don't think that that's like, well, you have a tattoo, sorry, you're not in our job. If it's something outside of ears, if it's nose, tongue, something that's a little bit more out there, my suggestion would be to remove it. This is just from a conservative perspective, from someone that does all of these events and wants to set you up for success. If you don't need it, I don't think you should have it. I had my cell phone on me. It was vibrating. It distracted me in the middle of the conversation. I had one moment where I kind of ran off on a tangent because my phone was going off in my pocket. I broke my own rule. When a phone vibrates in your pocket, your mind is automatically going to stop what it's doing and say, oh my God, who is that? Why are they calling me? I wonder what that is. And even if you're in the middle of the conversation, it's going to throw you off. So leave your phone at home. If I get nervous in the middle of the conversation, I can close the padfolio, put my hands like this, hold it, and it keeps me steady. So I'm not like rocking all over. My hands aren't flying everywhere. It keeps me centered. Keeps me in a place. Even if I have it at my side, I remember, keep the padfolio at my side. It's a mental thing for me. So having that padfolio is better. How many of you go and you pick up swag at the career fair? They've got like the scrunchy balls, the ping pong balls. I wonder what you guys do with ping pong balls. I don't know. But you get all these fun gifts at the career fair. My professional opinion, leave them alone. This all comes together, okay? You could do all the right things. Everything, you're dressed, oh my God, that suit looks amazing. Your dress and your jacket looks awesome. Your hair, your nails, everything looks great. You walk up to somebody. Hi, how are you? Can you tell me about your internships? Push that chest back. Take a deep breath when you're about to walk up to somebody. Hi there, how are you? Right? If you stand, you don't need to be 6 feet tall to look 6 feet tall. I'm going to use my hands, right? There's a time and a place for your momentum. Your momentum is your hands. Your speaking is your hands. Now, I'm Italian. My culture uses their hands, beepity boppity boopity. We use our hands, we talk, we like to say things really fast. I talk real fast, right? There's times where when I'm in a conversation, I get really excited. I'll start talking really fast. You see it now, you see it in this presentation. When I feel that way, I do what I just did. Take a deep breath, bring myself back to center. If I'm talking to somebody at a career fair, my hands are usually here and I'm like, oh man, that's awesome. I see a gentleman in the back with a kept beard, someone that grooms their beard. Great. Simple facial hair. I see a small goatee here. Simple facial hair. Fine. If it's not grown, if it's stubble, if it's not filled in, if there's gaps all over the place, and a lot of people have those gaps, keep it clean. That would be my suggestion early on, especially for interviews. Like if I was going to interview tomorrow, this bad boy, even though I love it, it's gone. I always go clean cut. First and foremost, if you have a nickname that you go by, always helpful to go with the nickname, and you can identify that on your resume in parentheses. I know that I've seen that very commonly, but simplify it to the best of your ability. Doing your research will give you invaluable leg up on everyone that didn't do research. So again, we'll talk about later today your top 5 companies. If you have 5 companies that you're addicted to, you love them, you want to work for them, you should know exactly what they're recruiting for. If you can find out the recruiter's name, if you can find out information on that company, you should know that company. You should know everything about them. So that when you have a conversation, if they bring anything up, you'll be like, oh, I saw that in the news the other day. That's awesome. Here's my opinion on it. Here's my take. There's so many different handshakes out there. Strong, firm. We're not holding hands. We're not going on a date. So don't keep me here for an hour. If you feel me lose a little pressure, just let go.